Hello and welcome to a special episode of the FNtasia podcast. Today is the 2025 competitive awards. We have had a long process take place where all of the community, all of us here on the show today, a bunch of expert panelists have come together to crown people winners of a bunch of different categories of awards in 2025 for competitive Fortnite. My name's Levin2K. I'm joined by three of my best friends in the Fortnite world, Reese, Hub, Boop, Teddy. Are you guys ready to celebrate Fortnite today?
I'm ready to rock and roll. I don't like how you limited us just to the Fortnite world, friend. Like, you just said three of the best friends. I think that's pretty insulting, honestly, guys.
Outside of work, we're friends.
Yeah,
no friends, unfortunately.
Whilst we're talking about what things we're paid to talk about, I love these guys.
Oh, I see. This is why I love you guys so much. This is why you are
only while talking about work.
Yes.
I think we're deeply offended.
It's good to have you boys here with me today. You're all looking very dapper, very smart. For the audio listeners, this will be an episode for you as it always is, but I'd switch to video for this one. Everyone's looking so amazing. Before we get started, we have the founder and creator of the competitive awards, Somebody's Gun, with a quick video to explain what we have taking place today.
First of all, I want to say thank you to Levin and the boys for putting this together. I couldn't do it without them, so it's much appreciated. And thank you to everyone at home that participated, as well as everyone that is a part of the community. Couldn't do it without you guys, and I'm honored to be able to celebrate and put this together to really show how amazing this community can be. So we have two sections of awards, competitive and community. As you may have seen, the competitive section is voted on by our panel of experts. That's a 75% weighting, and the rest is decided by a community vote, which hopefully you guys participated in. Then we have the community section. Those are wholly decided by you guys at home participating in the voting. So hey, if your guy won, that's on you. Now, our panelists are casters, analysts, hosts, content creators, former pro players, managers, coaches, all the above that come together to help create what we think is the best that we can do, and we try and get better every single year. So thank you to all the panelists that participated. Much appreciated. I'm just some random dude and couldn't do it without you guys. So as always, thank you very much. Now we'll be going through the awards, and I want to make two things very clear. One, just because one person wins doesn't mean that the other nominees weren't freaking awesome. They've done a phenomenal job, and in some cases, some of these awards were decided by such a slim margin. So let's celebrate first place, but let's also give a shout out to the other players, coaches, orgs that came to the top level to compete for these awards. And the last thing I wanted to say, make sure to check out our charity partner. It's the Pretty in Pink Foundation. They do amazing work, help supporting women with breast cancer here in North Carolina. If you want to, please feel free to donate. Their link can be found at CompAwardsFN on our Twitter account, or you guys can go search them up yourself. Much appreciated. Levin, the boys, take it away. Thank you guys so much for putting this on, and I might see you again soon.
Oh, might see us again soon. I wonder when he'll pop up again throughout the show. Thank you to Somebody's Gun. Did most of the hard work for us, really, doing that long explainer there. So let's look at some of the awards we're going to be handing out today. If we start off with the competitive awards, those are the ones that were voted on by a panel and then handed off to the community to add their say as well. We have the Player of the Year, Trio of the Year, Coach of the Year, Organization of the Year. We have a Player of the Year for each region of competitive Fortnite this year. All 6 regions will have a player, or 7 regions, will have a Player of the Year. Then we have Broadcast Talent of the Year and Breakout Player of the Year. Which award are you most looking forward to seeing the result of, Resub?
It's got to be Breakout Player. This is one that there's always spicy debate about Breakout Player of the Year. Everyone's always like, I think it should have been this guy. And then they want to figure out what the rules were. So there's always I've already seen heated debate about it. So I'm interested in that one. If, for our viewers, the people who are not giving out the awards, we don't know. So it's going to be a surprise to us as well. So that's the one I'm most excited by.
I like the Breakout Player of the Year shout, because when you look at some of the previous Breakout Player of the Year, right, you have 2020 was won by Reet, 2021 was won by Peterbot, Vico won 2022, Cooper won 2023 after winning Globals, and then Chap was the winner last year in 2024. So, you know, star-studded players, all players who are like went on to become incredibly elite players, win FNCSs and the like. So, you know, I'm really excited for that award. Let's take a look at the community awards we'll be looking at as well then today, because we have a bunch that were 100% voted for by the community. We have Play of the Year, Creative of the Year, Streamer of the Year, Video of the Year, Female and Male Content Creator of the Year, Grinder of the Year, Personality of the Year, Map Maker of the Year, and the Community Support Award. Boop, which one are you most excited to see?
Honestly, probably community support. I think there's a lot of things in there where, you know, people did a lot of hard things. You know, we lose a lot of these tools. It's nice to be able to celebrate them as someone that hosts scrims. It's a thankless type of job, right? So all these guys providing content or websites or things like that is, I think, deserves a thank you all the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, look, I want to get into it. Before we get into it, I want to give a big thanks to all the partners of the competitive awards. We have a bunch of people who help allow the show to take place. Shout out to Assyrian, Training Maps. Hey, there's us there. FNtasia, Pink Foundation, which was already mentioned by Mr. SBG. You guys ready to give out some awards?
Yeah.
Let's get started with the community awards, and we're going to specifically start with the award Boop wanted to see. Community Support Award. Look, you already explained quite well, Boop, just how amazing our community is in terms of all the people that to provide support. So let's take a look at the nominees for the Community Support Award then. This year we have Kinch Analytics, Fortnite Tracker, Evanosaurus, Evan Kinney, who works for Epic Games, and then Assyrian. What do we make of these guys? I mean, I can personally look at every single one of them and you know, think to how they impact my Fortnite life on a day-to-day basis.
I mean, where would we be without any of them, right? Kinch for his analysis, Fortnite Tracker to take a look at the leaderboard. Evan literally runs Fortnite. If he didn't exist, Fortnite wouldn't run all the land and stuff. And then, of course, Aside with all the data that they provide every single day, like, so supplemental to everything that we do content-wise, especially for me as a streamer. I have those websites open all day, you know?
All day, every day. I use Assyrian every day, so I use Fortnite Tracker every day as well. Evan's tweets every time I look at them. I'm like, please. Anytime something's broken, I'm like, fix the game. Anytime I'm doing bad in a tournament, I'm like, Kinch, how bad am I actually doing? So 4 for 4 bangers right there.
No, absolutely. Well, look, we have a special guest to announce the Community Support Award. Friend of the show, one of our latest additions to the show of late, the wonderful TS. TS, what you got for us?
Hey everybody, it's TS, and I'm happy to announce this year's winner of the Community Support Award. The Community Support Award is given to the person, organization, or group that provides exemplary service to the Fortnite competitive community in 2025. They are often the unsung heroes, and this year is no different. I'm happy to announce this year's winner, Fortnite Tracker.
Hey! Big congratulations to Fortnite Tracker. Again, it's been such a great year for competitive Fortnite, and Fortnite Tracker is always at the heart of it. This is now Fortnite Tracker's 3rd time winning this award.
Damn.
3-time winner for Fortnite Tracker. Again, everybody in the world of competitive Fortnite uses Fortnite Tracker probably on a daily basis. You could have given it to any of those people who were nominated, but you know, a deserving win for Fortnite Tracker there.
It's stuff like literally any day you play a tournament, you're checking the website. So, and you know, for anyone out there in the community, if they're looking at community support, they're like, this is the one for me because it's the one I use the most. So shout out to them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even in other things, even when we want to talk shit on when you're streaming, you know, you pull up a guy's earnings.
Sure.
Look at this guy; he's got less
yeah.
earnings than me in World Cup. So all many uses there.
Keep on tracking in 2026, Fortnite Tracker.
Keep on tracking. Keep on tracking.
I get that one.
I get that. Yeah, it's pretty light for Teddy. I'm sure he'll pick it up throughout the day. Look, Teddy, why don't you take us into our next award? We have the Map Maker of the Year. Again, we all play, you know, creative maps in between our competitive tournaments. Let's talk about Map Maker of the Year a bit.
For sure. In December 2018, Fortnite announced creative mode, where players could generate their own maps and custom islands. Since then, there's been an unleashing of creativity and value for the community. Fortunes have been made, fun has been had. So, for the creative of the year, here are our nominees. Or sorry, I fucked that up.
Yeah.
Map maker of the I got 2 lots in the sauce. Map maker of the year. Here are our nominees. We can edit that, right?
I'm not editing that. I'm keeping that in. All right, we have. We'll talk. Keep going. You talk us through. We've got the nominees. Yeah, come on.
We have Heavy Blue Design. We have Pandville. We have Finest. And we have Alvi. What do we think of this slate, boys? This is a pretty strong slate of map makers.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think for me, on a personal standpoint, I'd probably say I'm playing a lot more Pandville maps, and before just to get warmed up. But by the way, it doesn't help me because I'm terrible. No. But I'm sure it helps thousands of players out there.
I'm gonna go Alvi personally. If you don't know, you've not heard his name. He's the one who does a lot of the solo end game map that's out there too. That's probably my most played map right now. It's absolutely fantastic. It also is not helping me whatsoever. So shout out.
Yeah, I'd probably be looking at Finest for my pick because it's one of the maps that I think most people use for like realistic and 1v1s. It's like the go-to person when you want to have a realistic competitive experience. So that's my personal pick.
So do you want to let us know the winner? We have an absolute gauntlet. And we have deep appreciation for all 4, but there can only be one winner. And the winner this year is Pandville.
Hey! Pandville of the Pandville Network with the Map Maker of the Year award. Again, let us know in the comment section below how much creative you've been playing, who has been the map you've played the most. I'm sure a lot of you will be saying Pandville because Pandville does a great job. Again, thank you to all the map makers out there. The same way we said to Fortnite Tracker, keep on tracking, keep on making great creative experiences for us to all try and get better at competitive Fortnite. Because for a lot of us, it is in the trying. For the next award, we have the Personality of the Year Awards. Now, the Personality of the Year Award goes to an individual who just was outstanding, right? Who we fell in love with their personality throughout the year, and they made an impact in the competitive community through just being themselves. Let's have a look at the nominees for Personality of the Year. We have Faxity, Peterbot, Blackouts, and Veno. Now, in the case of Faxity and Blackouts, we have 2 primary content creators, people who make their living out of talking and watching competitive Fortnite. And in the case of Peterbot and Veno, we have 2 players who, again, just their personalities, on top of their amazing top-level play, makes them a standout and people we are always interested in seeing. On a personal level, we have Veno on the podcast so much. I love Veno on the podcast. He always has interesting takes. He believes they're always right takes, which I don't always quite believe in. But I think we've had a great year for great personalities. I think, a lot of the English Fortnite viewers will probably be looking at Faxity as having an incredibly standout year, right? He's been on top of it. So, great options, I think.
Yeah. I think, if this was 2022 or 2023 and we're seeing Veno plus Archie clips, like, I know who my vote's going for. Let's be real. I'm going Fax this year, man. His whole blow up from this entire year has been insane, pretty much purely based off of his personality. So, get in mind.
Yeah. You could argue there's 4 content creators on this list as well because they all make content in their own regard, even as competitive players. They're guests on streams, they stream themselves and give their personality out there. And then without those personalities, the content creators that are there wouldn't have the content to react to either. So I think a lot of variety there. So anyone there is quite deserving.
No, I think
shout out to all the great personalities in Fortnite.
There are so many. Truly, there are so many that always get left out of this award because we have so many great ones. But as my good friend Teddy said, and as I'm pretty will be said a bunch of times on a show like this, there can only be one winner. That's my last one. I'm only going to use it one time. The winner for the Personality of the Year 2025 is Blackouts. Blackouts takes the dub for the Brazil region.
Brazil.
For the Brazil region. Look, I know there'll be a lot of English-speaking viewers who watch this, and so you might not be as familiar with Blackouts, but I cannot understate just how massive of a personality and an impact he has had in competitive Fortnite for that region. What you think of whoever name you want to use for English-speaking competitive Fortnite? He is just that, and even more potentially as well. He's someone who has, again, just had a big impact on the Brazilian server, whether it be through organizing tournaments, some of the creative experiences and maps he's had there as well. He is the shining light of the Brazil region this year, and some of the stuff with his Globals watch party and whatnot was fantastic as well. So big congratulations to Blackouts. Big congratulations to all the Brazilian fans as well. He had so many of his fans, voting for him and supporting him. So a well-deserved win there for Blackouts.
Yeah. Also, for us who are traditionally just English speaking and mostly only watch English speaking creators, it's hard to comprehend the size of some people who just speak a different language because you're so disconnected from those. He has 2 mil on Twitch and 1.2 mil on YouTube. All of his other socials are over 500,000 as well. He's an absolutely massive creator, and he's had a great year as well.
Yeah, just because you don't know them doesn't mean that they're not deserving, right? There's a lot of people that watch them. There's even people outside of Black Ops, people like Gorilon, for example, is literally the biggest streamer globals, right? Also from the Brazil region. So shout out to him as well. So I think Brazil is bigger than we think it is. Maybe we should respect it a little bit more on this podcast. I don't know.
I no, we've been giving Brazil respect.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we have. Yeah.
It's the other regions we sometimes don't respect as much. But today we do respect them because we're celebrating Fortnite today. It's a comp award. Celebrating Fortnite. Only good things to be said about all the regions. Let's get into the next award. We have the Grinder of the Year award. Is the one we're going to do next. The nominees for the Grinder of the Year award are Aussie Antics, Jacob MVPR, Arc FPS, and Mac FN. Now, the Grinder of the Year award, not the Creator of the Year award, the Grinder of the Year award goes to the person that was always working and pushing to get better. It could be a content creator, coach, whoever it is. You just saw the people who it is. And to announce the Grinder of the Year award, we have a special guest. Take it away.
What's good, everyone? It's Spuds here, and today I'm taking a break from talking about EU competitive as I'm super excited to be announcing the Grinder of the Year award. Now, the competitive scene wouldn't be what it is today without the hard work of so many different people, both in front of the camera and behind the scenes. But like all awards, we can only have one winner. This prize was 100% based on fan votes, and it goes to someone that's been always working hard this year and pushing to get better. The winner of the 2025 Grinder of the Year award is Aussie Antics. Now, we all know the time and effort Aussie puts in. He barely misses a tournament. He's always waking up early for cups, sometimes as early as midnight. He even put on a LAN event earlier in the year to launch his new creative map. Aussie has been incredibly busy this year, and he is the deserving recipient of this award. Congratulations.
The man, the myth, the legend, Aussie Antics picks up the Grinder of the Year award. Look, we have given Aussie a lot of flowers when we did our episode talking about the nominees and who we were looking at voting at. I think it was Teddy who made a great point. Aussie does all the things he does, and he's like a new dad. He's got a baby who he's taking care of, and of course, Annie, his lovely wife, also plays a massive. I'm sure she'll be like, hey, you can give him his props, but I do the heavy lifting there. But big congratulations to Aussie for this award. And we actually have a couple words from Aussie about said award.
G'day guys, thank you so much if you nominated me or if you voted for me. It is a huge honor. I really appreciate getting this award, so thank you so much. But I did want to take the opportunity to say thank you to all the amazing people who make the phenomenal content that I watch on stream, all of the streamers, YouTubers. Thank you so much for what you guys do. I don't think anything I do is that special. Honestly, I wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you so much to all of you. Thank you to everyone who supports me and supports the Fortnite community. I really, really do appreciate it. And yeah, shout out the competitive awards. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aussie, for all the hard work you put in to the competitive Fortnite community and space. And again, big congratulations to all the nominees who were involved there. Again, all people who I think deserve to be highlighted for their hard work this year. Let's talk about our next award, which I'm not going to mess up this time, which is
We'll see.
Video of the Year. Video of the Year. Boop, take us away.
Yes, Video of the Year. This is a year, I think, with a lot of really good content. We've had a lot of storylines. A lot of IRL things. Obviously, we have LANs, things alike. And I think this year we've had a lot of really good creators, from orgs to content creators to people just, showing themselves off and showing off their personalities. So the nominees of Video of the Year are We Are Fortnite, World Champions by the Gentlemates. We got How Aussie Antics became OC's best Fortnite player by Resub. We have How Fortnite's unluckiest player finally became world champion by Resub once more. And FNCS Pro-Am 2025 After Movie by Fortnite Competitive.
Oh, there we
Well,
go.
a lot of choices there, guys. Anything jump out to you?
What my first thought was, if the Fortnite competitive one wins, does like Tim Sweeney give us like an acceptance video? Like, is he gonna come out and be like, "Hey guys, you know, I did this. This is all me."
They'd have to recognize us first.
Then he needs to give a State of the Union on all the lawsuits.
Yeah,
Ooh.
probably. That'd be a long. It'd be a long episode if he was to do that. No, look, all you know, great pieces of content. It's good to see our boy Reese, you know, on a personal bias level. It's good to see our boy Reese there twice. I think that just goes to show the level here, the standard. The standard has always just been Reese up.
The lack of competition.
Very true as well. Very true as well.
Also a very big thing to note on Video of the Year.
Yeah. Well,
He's the
a lot of
winner.
good choices, but there can only be one winner. And the winner of Video of the Year is We Are Fortnite Champions by the Gentlemates. Now, I think there's a video that definitely went under the radar for a lot of people. If you haven't watched it, I think it's one of the better summaries of globals from their perspective, quite emotional. And I think it did a really good job, I think, of mixing Fortnite gameplay with IRL footage, which a lot of the orgs this year I feel like haven't done as well. So shout out to the Gentlemates for winning the award.
Yeah,
The one thing that
big
a lot of
congrats.
them miss out on is like they hit it one or the other. It's like 50% IRL content, or sorry, 100% IRL content, or like 100% gaming. That's it. And you're like, I feel like I'm missing a lot in there. But they did a really good job of mixing it all together and producing something that's like genuinely very, very entertaining to watch.
Yeah, it was a real eye waterer. I know Boop was shedding a couple tears when he watched it on his stream. So
Nikov was crying,
yeah, be sure to go check that video out. Shout out to the Gentlemates as well. Something tells me it's not the last time we'll hear about the Gentlemates today, huh? Big year for them. Let's see how it goes. The next award we have on our docket here is Creative of the Year. Now, this is the one I was talking about earlier. And to save you the whole spiel again, the Creative of the Year goes to the most outstanding creative of the year in Fortnite competitive. Let's look at the nominees. Let's take a look at the nominees. We have on our table today One Sailor, Nola, Merits, and Arca DJ Switch. Sailor, of course, a very unique talent in the Fortnite community. He's become prominent for his videos and music that he has made. He's made a bunch of cool music videos for different events in the Fortnite space. We have Nola, who obviously won the award last year, who does a great job making content on the Fortnite competitive broadcast, as well as in resubs content throughout the year. We obviously have Merits, who does a lot of the stuff for Aussie and handles that. And then we have Arca DJ Switch, who is also someone who is making great, different to the stuff the other guys are doing when it comes to drawing and art and making things like that for the community. And I believe we actually do have a guest announcer for this award. So can the pandas take it away?
What's going on, Fortnite fam? It's Panda and
This is Panda.
and we're here to announce the Creative of the Year award winner. This year is a very special one, and I think it's going to someone who truly stood out. And the winner of Creative of the Year is, drumroll please,
Merits.
congratulations, man, well deserved, and we can't wait to see what you all do in 2026.
Hey! Shout out to Merritt. This is a double for the Aussie Antics channel right now. Yeah,
Back to
Team
back.
Aussie Antics is going crazy in 2025. Big ups to Merits as well. Merits is someone who I've interacted with a couple of times back when we were doing Hotline FN and the like, and super efficient, super nice guy. And I didn't realize how handsome he was. I hadn't seen his face until we did the Comp Awards show. So, you know what? I want to see more of Merits' handsome face. Merits has a couple words about winning Creative of the Year.
Hey everyone, thank you for voting for me as Creative of the Year for 2025.
This has been an amazing year, honestly. We've had an incredible amount of events that I've been able to participate in, and honestly, being able to share these moments with you guys has been a treat. We had the POV streams that I started this year that you all showed up for, averaging way more viewers than I could have ever imagined, and getting me partner in the process. For that, I really appreciate you guys as well. I got to meet a lot of you pros at the Pro-Am and also got to watch Ozzy win, which was incredible. I look forward to meeting a whole lot more of you in 2026 because there's 5 events and I want to be able to go to all of them. So thank you guys for voting for me for Creative of the Year 2025. Shout out to all the other nominees. Your work is insane and I hope to see more of it in 2026. But for now, I guess I'll see you guys on the battle bus. Beep beep.
Oh, he's done the broadcast.
That's copyrighted. Is he allowed to do that?
Yeah, we're
that is a Reese staple. Reese is the real originator of the broadcast beat. But nah, shout out to Maris, man. Super nice guy and a deserving winner. Yeah, looking forward to seeing the way people push the boundaries. I think everybody always talks about viewing party streams and like how do we sort of level them up and improve them. And a lot of the POV stuff this year was actually really cool. I think I see everyone who does viewing parties doing that now. So good to see some innovation and hopefully we get to see some more as we move forward. Let's get to the next award though, because this one's a very interesting one for me. One I'm always interested to see the winner of. It is Play of the Year, Reese.
Yes, I mean, look, we're all here to watch Fortnite at the end of the day. We're all sitting watching hours and hours, tournaments on tournaments, FNCS is building up to globals, lands, and there's got to be plays within those that we all find the most memorable. So here's the nominations we've got for Play of the Year. We have Peterbot, Cold, and Ritual landing on Poyo's trio to win FNCS. We have Queasy Swizzy Murstache camping the launchpad at globals to win global championships. We have the Cold 1v3 in the FNCS Grand Finals. Then we have Donnie clutching into the qual of grands as well. A lot of big moments that we've had throughout the years, of course. What are we thinking? What's the impressions here that we got straight up? Are we missing any? Is there anything that just comes to mind?
I think context is so important for these as well, right? Like there's so much storyline behind them. Like the Queasy play, it's like game 11. Everyone expects you to land on them game 12, but he did a game 11, right? The Peterbot play, obviously iconic to the Queasy versus Cammy situation, but on a whole nother level with the storyline that they had the entire year. The other 2 clips as well had their own context within them. I think it's a tough one. It just depends on how big you think that specific moment was for each of them.
I think you summed it up perfectly, Boop.
I just have one thing to say. I think these are moments that we're all going to think about.
Yeah.
I think
absolutely.
I think
we know
as a group,
about moments, don't we?
We all know about moments. We're all very familiar with that. You are correct. Okay, of course. The winner is only going to be one of them, and that is Play of the Year, which is going to Peterbot, Cold, and Ritual, landing on Poyo's trio to win FNCS in the Grand Finals.
Big congrats to that trio. I mean, they had quite the year. And I think Major 3 ending how it did was pretty special, man. Because a lot of people even forget with that play. They obviously go on to then just win that game, which wins them the grands, So it wasn't like the play is that play, but the whole game is just the play, of how amazing that moment was for them. So big congrats to Ritual.
And they were going head to head all season.
Yeah.
Right. And Peterbot's trio was losing that off spot a lot, and they won it when it mattered.
Absolutely. Big moment for them. And hopefully we get to see even bigger moments in 2026. Let's get to the next award. We have the Streamer of the Year award. This award obviously will be going to the most outstanding streamer in the competitive Fortnite space in 2025. Let's take a look at the nominees. We have Aussie Antics, Nikoff, Clicks, and Faxity. All 4 of them having massive years individually. I think you could give the award to any single one of them and it would be well deserved. Obviously, Nikoff coming off the back of winning this award last year. So he'll be trying to go for the back-to-back. Clicks, obviously someone who's won a bunch of awards outside of the Fortnite community for his work as a streamer in the Fortnite community as well. And then Faxi and Aussie again, you know, it goes without saying just how massive of years they've both had.
I mean, this has got to be the toughest lineup that we've seen so far. Like, I'm not going to be upset if any one of these people win. All four of them are absolutely super well deserving on like a pretty even basis as well.
Yeah.
Well, they're all outstanding in their own regard, right? Like Nikov's innovated like the organizational viewing party aspect. Ozzy, obviously the biggest grinder of this year. Fax his blow up year. And of course, Clicks is the powerhouse of Fortnite streaming that everyone knows, even outside of the Fortnite community. So you could take this anyway.
Absolutely, you can. But we're going to see where it gets taken. And to take it somewhere for us is someone who we've seen on the competitive awards before. So once again, announce the Streamer of the Year, we have the wonderful Frankie Ward. Frankie, who's our winner?
Hello everyone, it's Frankie Ward here, and I'm so excited to announce the Streamer of the Year award. Before I get to revealing who the most outstanding streamer of competitive Fortnite in 2025 was, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's part of this community. I think that the reason we get to see even more competition next year is because you guys have been so vocal and so supportive, and we just want to build this community and see it go from strength to strength. Like, I just am so excited for next year, despite the fact that it's off-season. The off-season's driving me crazy. Anyway, I know you want to know who won the Streamer of the Year award. And so, without further ado, the winner is Nikov! Bien sûr! Congratulations, Nikov. And thank you so much, everyone, again for watching. And I'll see you guys in 2026. Merry Christmas.
Nikov picking up his second Streamer of the Year award back-to-back for the Gentlemate. Now the CEO of the Gentlemates. Big year for Nikov. And again, congratulations, brother. Well deserved.
Yeah, for sure. I think Nikov is one of the few people that has invested a lot into the Fortnite community as well, right? Like, not only as a streamer, but as an org owner. I think we have a lot to owe to him and M8 for the success of Fortnite Competitive going in 2026. More than you probably know, I'm sure. So.
Way more than anyone knows.
Yeah. I feel like the more we say this, the more people will eventually figure it out. But a lot more than you know. Let's get to the next award. These next two awards are two of my favorites to get to every single year. We have the Female and Male Creator of the Year. Let's start off with female. Ladies first. The gentleman in me. I'm suited up today. I'm a gentleman today. Not a gentlemate, gentleman.
We wish.
Female of the Year. I do wish.
Same.
For Female Content Creator of the Year, let's take a look at the nominees. There's always so many amazing ladies making amazing content in our space. We have Reddish, Frantic, Peach Cobbler, and Somerset, who have all been nominated for this year's award. And without waffling too much, right? You know, because I'm sure you'd love to hear a man sit here and tell you how amazing these ladies are. Let's actually send it to a woman who has been amazing in her own right in competitive Fortnite this year, the best taco, to announce this award.
What's up, Fortnite family? Best Taco here, and I know it's exciting scenes on the day-to-day with the 2025 competitive awards currently underway, but our judges panel has given me the privilege of announcing who will be the 2025 Female Content Creator of the Year. Now, keep in mind, this award is the community's way of expressing who they believe to be the most outstanding female content creator for competitive Fortnite throughout 2025. And between Frantic, Reddish, Peach, Somerset, I know this decision could not have been easy to make, guys, but the votes are in, and one name has risen above the rest. Ladies and gentlemen, the Fortnite.com has spoken, and your 2025 Female Content Creator of the Year award belongs to none other than Frantic! Yes! So congratulations, Fran. Happy for you, and I can't wait to see what the judges have to say.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you for that, Taco. Repping the set. Big shout out to Frantic. She has had such a crazy year. I think when you look at competitive Fortnite this year, there was this like bubble we had in NA. Big credit for that bubble goes obviously to Faxi in terms of just like the, you know, this certain vibe of content. You know, we had a lot of the, you know, token content, a lot of the stuff with Peter Bar and his dynamics. And then Fran was very, very involved in that, right? And she had a lot of great moments as well. I found myself rooting for her at the Milk Cup. I didn't even know why. I was just like, I just want to see Fran do well, you know? So big ups to Fran. And she has a couple words here about winning this award?
Hey guys, I just want to say thank you guys so much for voting for me for this award. It honestly feels so amazing to be recognized for the amount of grind and hard work I've put on throughout all of the years, but specifically 2025. And I couldn't do it without you guys, so I just want to thank you guys so much. I have the most amazing supportive community, and I honestly cannot thank you guys enough for making my dreams a reality. So I hope to do this for many more years and grind super hard in 2026. And I love you guys all so much. Make sure to have happy holidays, stay safe, and take care of yourself.
Thank you so much to Frantic. Again, such a deserving award. She's had an amazing year. You can't deny that. And again, rep the set. Shout out to X set. For no particular reason. Just feel like it.
Just want to rep him.
Just want to rep him. Male content creator of the year, guys? Should we move on?
Yeah.
I was
Yes.
hoping one of you would be like, yeah, guys.
Let's do it.
Let's go!
So enthusiastic,
Is that what we
man.
want?
I was running through the pun opportunities there, and I just couldn't come up with one. So that was like all the calculations.
My goat is washed.
Yeah, of course. All right, let's take a look at the nominees for Male Content Creator of the Year. We have Aussie Antics, Reese Hub, Clicks, and Factity. I know who's got my vote here. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that's a good pick of me, man. I'm gonna
Reese, your
download that.
bicep is great in that
It
picture.
somehow made Reese look
I don't even
good,
have
yeah.
that. I know. I mean,
Yeah.
where did this come from?
You
You are
have
a handsome man,
major
Reese.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, thank you.
Major Teddy Roosevelt vibes.
How much were we flexing our bicep in that picture? Let's be honest.
Zero, bro. Zero.
I saw a bit. It looks like you're shaking a little bit. I mean,
No.
I see the tricep coming
You
in.
see the fingers aren't clenched hard. If they were touching,
If that's at a hard clench, I'd love to see a hard clench. I'll be honest.
I bet you would.
Oh yeah.
Guys, it's
Anyways.
getting a bit too sensual for a Fortnite award show. Let's just say that. Look, we have Mini Minor to announce the winner of the Male Content Creator of the Year.
Hey everyone, it's an honor to be here today to present the award for the Male Content Creator of the Year. Now, within this community, we are very lucky to have so many amazing content creators doing some great things, whether it's viewing party streamers, whether it's pro players that make content, educational content creators, or even people that make hilarious puns. But of course, there can only be one winner. And the winner of the Male Content Creator of the Year is the one and only Clicks. Congratulations.
Woo!
Clicks, the
Click.
Male Content Creator of the Year, the big shitter. Again, another win for Xset today.
Mm-hmm.
And look, Clicks
M8
is someone
versus
who...
Xset.
M8 versus Xset, that's the storyline for today. Look, Clicks is obviously someone who gets a lot of props outside of the community, right? He literally, I think, won like the Streamer Awards, Battle Royale Streamer of the Year, and countless other things. I remember last year he won like a similar award where it was like Streamer of the Year for BR and stuff like that. So again, you got to give props to him. Clicks having as successful of a year as he had competitively, his most successful year competitively, while still popping off with content and doing all the like 1v99 stuff he was doing with a bunch of big streamers and content creators, like still being able to go hard. As we speak right now, he's been doing his whole like Christmas giveaway streams and stuff like that. Like the guy just goes hard and he has had a fantastic year. So nothing but love for Cody.
I think it's really impressive the more he's leaned into being a professional Fortnite player and really putting in more work there than, the previous few years. Like, the more he can also succeed at the same time as being a content creator. Like, that is a really tough balance that almost... I mean, I'm trying to think how many other, like, pros are doing that at all and have, like, a shot at winning FNCS. It's close to zero.
He's like
so
one of one,
huge
basically.
props.
Right?
Yeah,
He's like one
unbelievable.
Of one.
Yeah.
Such a legend.
I think also having someone like Clicks is quite important in the Fortnite scene to help us expand, right? Like, we don't have many people like him that are able to expand and put us more on the map as a game. And having someone that has his work ethic is able to bring us a little bit more mainstream, kind of like the ninja of 2025 to 2024, right? That's Clicks for us, and I think he's done a really good job in doing that, and is definitely deserving of this award.
And this is a award that's 6 years in the making, right? 6 years of incredibly hard work and commitment to the community. You gotta love that, and just all around good entertainment.
Yeah,
shout out Clicks.
I mean, he's in good company with this award. Previous winners of this award were Aussie Antics and Reese Hub, right? So 3 of the faces of competitive Fortnite right there when it comes to content creation. On the Mount Rushmore of Fortnite content creators, maybe you could say. So big ups to Clicks, well deserved. And that is that for the community awards. These are all the awards that were 100% voted for by the community. We will now be moving on to the competitive awards, which were voted by the community, who had 25% of the vote, and by the panel, who had another 75%. For our first community award, Teddy, I want you to take it away. We have the Breakout Player of the Year.
Okay, our first competitive award of the year. You could say this player's stock went up to the moon. He had an incredible year. The winner is...
Oh, we got to look at the nominees.
But the nominees.
Go to the nominees. Teddy, come
on. You're
Teddy.
jumping the gun.
Teddy, this is your second award, brother. You've messed it up 2 times in a row, buddy. You got to fix
All
up,
right.
You're on the chopping block, mate.
I slept like 1.5 hours last night. You have to give me some...
And Teddy is also on like a family vacation right now, and we've dragged him up here to do a Fortnite award show. So we'll be a bit kinder to Teddy. It's fine.
I love it. No, that's my bad. Okay. Every year we get a new group of incredible players who burst on to the competitive scene. Some stand out just a little bit more. Let's take a look at our Breakout Player of the Year nominees. We have Chino, who won FNCS this year. Some could say his stock went up to the moon. We have Demis, the Polish menace, maybe taking the scepter from Cami and Seti to be the next great Polish player. We have Ark, making huge waves from a small region of NA West. And we have Darm, another of these next up Polish superstars. This is an absolutely unbelievable slate. What do we think, boys? This is one of the best it's ever been. Right? We had some real big time breakouts this year.
There's a lot of deep competition in this, right? Because you have guys who've first timers who've, been super high up in the FNCS and Division Darm. You've got Ark, who did insanely well at global championships as well. Has now, become like a bit of just like a staple in NA, just even though he was like a West player. He's just become a staple there. This is a tough one.
I like how this award is now turned into like how built different are these kids going into a LAN, right? Because all the LAN performances here were disgusting. Like Chino, I think, was number 1 eliminations, number 1 damage at globals, while not even winning it, top 6, I believe. Demish and Dorm had breakout performances at the LAN, some of the highest placing players at the LAN as well, while potentially being griefed a little bit at the LAN as well. And obviously Ark was, I think, one of the top eliminations at the LAN as well as an NA West player, right? Yeah. So you can really tell all of these guys are just built to play Fortnite. It's always the biggest question you have for a new and up-and-coming players, like how are you going to do when the lights are bright? And these guys definitely shone through.
Yeah, I think when you look at the previous winners of this award, in the previous years, like we did at the start of the show, you have people who went on to be like stars and great players and staples of the community at the top level. I think in this case, all 4 of the nominees are going to be that, not just the winner, right? Like I think all 4 of these guys are going to be people we're talking about at the top level of competitive for years and years to come. I agree, Teddy, in that like this probably is like the most stacked Breakout Player of the Year like nominees we've had ever, just in like a single year. Like utterly unbelievable stuff. Can't wait to see who wins. Who is it? Who was the deserving player?
So while each of these players shined bright in 2025, one shined a little bit brighter, and that would be Chino. Congratulations to Chino, the Breakout Player of the Year in the Fortnite Competitive Awards.
So deserved. So deserved. I mean, not many players can say in their breakout year they were getting like best in their region conversations. And the regions like EU or NA, Like that's truly unbelievable. And I believe Chino had a message for us.
Yes, that's right. So I'm going to read this. It's an amazing message. So here we go. The message from Chino. Thank you so much for the Breakout Player of the Year award. It honestly means a lot. This year has been an amazing journey, and I couldn't have done it without my teammates. my family, and everyone who's supported me along the way. I'm really grateful for the support, and this motivates me to keep pushing and improving. Next year is going to be even bigger. I can't wait to show what's coming. Thank you all. Havoc win. Hashtag Havoc win. Chino.
No, I love it when you win an award and immediately you're like, couldn't have done it without my teammate, my family. That's just heartwarming. That's so nice.
Yeah,
Maybe
and he's got a lovely
next year,
family. Yeah,
maybe Great Guy of the Year award next year. We have it. Chino.
maybe.
Humble of the year.
Humble award of the year. No, mate. Chino, big congrats to Chino. I bigged him up, when I found out he had won, and I also did call him out for being a PR merchant and putting hashtag Havoc win in there, because that is, he's been trained well. The org are getting every penny out of him. He's promoting them wherever he can. But no, great pickup by Havoc when they picked him up, and great year for Chino as well, man. What a player. Good job all around, Teddy. You got a couple more left, I think. So we'll see if you can get the next award, right? But you recovered it there. You recovered it towards the end there. For the next award, we have Broadcast Talent of the Year, and let's take a look at the nominees. We have myself, Levin 2K, Jacob MVPR, the most valuable Puerto Rican. We have the best Taco, and we have legend of the game, Vivid, receiving his first nominee. Congratulations to Vivid. Way too long. Should have had this years ago, but great to see Vivid up here as well. And to announce this award, because we're not going to do it, it's a bit awkward since I'm right here. We got somebody's gun. He's back.
What's up, guys? SBG here. I'm here for Broadcast Talent of the Year, and I'm going to bring you your nominees. So it's Levin 2K, The Best Taco, Vivid, and Jacob PR. All do amazing things in the space. A little bit different, but we need that. We need some difference between our broadcast talent. And in case you guys are at home wondering what this means, hopefully you're not. It means the casters, the analysts, and the hosts that we see on our wonderful broadcast. But let's get to it. There can only be one winner of Broadcast Talent of the Year, and it is none other than Levin 2K going for it once again. Congratulations, bro. And just a quick story to talk about how this man has manifested becoming the amazing talent that he is today. I met him in 2019. He was telling me he wanted to be a CS analyst back then. Now he's one of the best analysts in the space. Well, arguably the best analyst in Fortnite, as we've just mentioned. And he's screaming at stadiums full of people, "Are you ready?" Getting a massive roar back. Much deserved. Levin has so much passion, so much effort that he puts into this. He lives and breathes Fortnite, and it is true from what we see day in and day out. So thank you. Congratulations, Levin. Back to you guys.
Woo! Let's go.
Little acceptance speech.
Oh yeah.
That's you, yeah.
I prepared this the last 2 years. I won this award. I did prepare a speech. I haven't prepared one for today, but what I do want to say is a big shout out to all the people who voted for me. The love I receive from the community is unbelievable. It surprises me every single day. At all the events, when I see people and people are coming up to me and saying, "Oh, you're my favorite caster," this, that, the other, it truly is what pushes me to keep going, even when there's days when I want to stop. I want to thank the people I work with on the broadcast, all the people behind the scenes who help me look better. Shout out to producer Mickle, shout out to Kinch with all the data he provides us. Shout out to my teammates on the show this year. Frankie, Mini Miner, and we had a bunch of fun, bunch of crazy moments I didn't know where they were going. Shout out to Vivid and Zeke, obviously, when we're at LAN and I'm on the stage with them. Kelly as well. And shout out to the other nominees, right? I think when you look at this award, Taco, Jacob, Vivid, all of them had great years. All of them, like somebody's gonna said, offer us something different. I think in the case of Taco and Jacob, notably, improvement has just been unbelievable for them. And they've both gotten a bunch more credit that is well deserved for that this year. Taco started in this game what, 2 years ago, and she knew nothing about Fortnite, and now she's always able to provide great insight whenever you listen to her commentary. Jacob has just worked his ass off, right, to be the best play-by-play commentator in Fortnite, right? He is the best play-by-play commentator right now in Fortnite. So big shout out to those guys. They pushed me to be better myself. And look, I hope next year I can have an even better year and provide all of you with even more entertainment. That is the goal. I love you all very much. And yeah, see you next year. We're going for 4-time. We're going for the 4X next year.
What's
Appreciate
really
it.
crazy is how
well.
you paid SBG to say something so nice about you. That's pretty cringe. So,
I'm so surprised he did say something nice about it. SBG was like Boop, you know, he was in the he was in the anti-11 brigade. So I didn't think I'd get a nice.
I wasn't on the anti-11 brigade. I just knew he was gonna win. Like, he's on the show. Like, of course he's gonna win. Come on now.
Wait, by the way, guys, today we beat the sexism allegations. Because we've had 3 women on the podcast, right? Everybody was saying FNtasia's sexist. They don't get girls on the show.
I didn't realize there were allegations.
We had a lot of sexism allegations, but we had 3 women on the podcast today. So I think we've cooled those off for now.
We're back.
We're never beating the rigged allegation. Like,
I mean, to be fair, Reese didn't win, so at least
True.
There you go. But you're
there's one guy that hosting the show.
Yeah,
it's slightly different.
You gotta make it seem not suspicious, though. You know.
Yeah, we're never beating the rigged allegations. So of course you are. He fucking does the show, you know. Brilliant. Now, thank you for all the votes. Look, we have another award on the docket.
Yes.
Our next award. Which one is it? Oh, Boop's got it.
Trio of the Year.
Oh,
now, this
it's
is
a juicy
arguably
one.
the most important one, which is why they picked the most important person to present it, of course.
I did pick you for that reason.
Yes, exactly. Thank you very much. Caster of the Year 11-2K from not any award winner, Boop, NL, unfortunately. But Trio of the Year, this is one that does deserve a lot of awards because we've had so many incredible storylines, so many incredible trios, from trios that have come from nothing into something, from long-standing players securing their legacy. There's a lot of options here for multiple regions. So let's take a look at those nominations first. The nominations for Trio of the Years, brought to you by Training Maps, is Chino, Fedoxy, Pablo Wingu, Cold, Ritual, and Peterbot, Pixie, Maris, and Vanya, and of course, Queasy, Swizzy, and Mustache. Guys, a lot of options here. Where's your head at?
This was the category that had one of the most bits of debate when we discussed it on FNtasia a couple of weeks back. Yeah. I think it's just goes to show just how amazing of a year Trios has been. Sad to see it go in some ways. The storylines have been amazing. All 4 of those teams have had fantastic years in different ways, which is what I think made it very hard for people to land and agree on a vote. I know amongst all 4 of us here, we don't all agree on who should win this award, right? So it just goes to show. Me personally, I was one of the people that leaned in the Fredoxy Chino and Pablo Campano. I was a bit unpopular in that sense. I know not many people agreed with me there. But I personally do think any of these trios winning would be deserved because I think they all were fantastic.
It's so close. I can't remember who I voted for. I'm going back trying to see who on the messages and stuff who I voted for, and I was like, man, all these teams would be great. I'll be honest. I'm not like diehard in one camp or another.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we can be honest. None of these trios had a perfect year, right? That's why it's so close. But they've all had the specific spotlight moment. From global championships to multiple FNTS winners to having some of the most impressive breakout eliminations of Fredoxy, Chino, Pablo Wingu. Unfortunately, though, with all of those accolades for each one of these teams, only one of them can win. The classic saying that we've had here. And the winner of Trio of the Year is Peterbot, Ritual, and Cold.
Whoa.
Now, these guys have had a crazy year domestically. Probably the best team come out of NA Central domestically with 2 FNTS wins and I believe a second place. Correct me if I'm wrong. And honestly, one of the ones with one of the biggest storylines, of course, throughout the whole year as well.
Yeah,
I think this is sorry, go for it.
You go.
Well, I was going to say, like, this could have been an absolute landslide had they had like a uncontested drop of globals. You know, like obviously one of the biggest stories of Pete the previous year was he's just going to get out on con wherever he lands. You know, when he's playing with Poyo, and then this year he had obviously such a massive issue off spawn. He tried to cook up a strat. It wasn't really working all that well. They did a bunch of different stuff and they played it out what they could, but despite that, like, you know, the potential was there, and the online FNCS kind of spoke for themselves.
Yeah, I literally, like, all I was going to really say is just, when you look at compared to Fortnite this year, these guys were the main protagonists, right? Like, most of the story was around that trio in different ways, right? Positive and negative throughout the year. And yeah, an unfortunate globals result. Again, I'm sure this will be a divisive award within the community. I can't wait to see people's reactions to this, because I'm not going to lie. When I saw the result, I was very shocked. Like, not because I don't think they deserve it, but it's just because it's like, it could have went any way, right? And so I'm sure we will see plenty of chatter about that one. But a big congratulations to Peter, Cold, and Ritual.
I think like this trio like kept YouTube content alive for Fortnite in a large way this year too. Like so many different, what's happening? Are they splitting? Look at these incredible moments. Look at Cold go 1v2. Is Ritual holding the team back? And then Ritual has an incredible end to the year. Just such an entertaining team. Maybe I didn't vote for them, but I do think when we look back, this will be one of the most memorable trios of 2025 for sure.
100%.
So shout out to them.
100%. Yeah, big ups to that trio, man. And hope to see all of them doing well in their new respective duos, because obviously we won't be seeing these guys playing with each other, at least we think, in 2026. So Fortnite, we love the game, don't we? Before we move on to the next award, once again, that was obviously the Trio of the Year presented by Training Maps. We want to give another shout out to Training Maps, the official partner of the competitive awards for 2025. Training Maps, big shout out to them. Training Maps is a UAFN studio offering practice environments designed to improve your mechanics, aim, movement, and decision making. These maps are built to set a new standard for player training, providing consistent, high-quality scenarios for daily practice and competitive preparation. It's the #1 place to grow and level up your game. Check out Training Maps. And a big thanks for supporting the show. All right, let's talk about our next award. We have some of the Regional Player of the Year awards lined up. And to take us through getting his third attempt at announcing an award here today, let's see if he smashes it out of the park. Our good friend, Mr. Teddy, take it away.
Third time's the charm. Okay, so there's obviously many amazing Fortnite regions packed with incredible players and incredible storylines. But this region was incredible this year. Let's look at the nominees for Asia Player of the Year. First, we have Koyota. Last year, he burst onto the scene, winning Major 3 in Asia. An absolute superstar, had an incredible year, all the way up into Globals, where he got into an incredibly electric spawn beef with some of Europe's best. Next, we have Yuma, an absolute superstar and a staple at Fortnite LANs. Rise, champion, staple at Fortnite LANs, one of the best players we've seen out of this region. And Zagu, I think we can go as far to say as he might be the GOAT of this region. Incredible LAN performances in the past, incredible year-over-year FNCS performances. This is an absolute gauntlet. But without further ado, who the voters picked to be the best player on Asia this year is the 2-time FNCS winner, Kyoto.
Of course.
Ooh. You know,
Picking up another win.
If Big Coach Harry would turn up to one of these shows, he would be so grateful to present this award if he had the opportunity to do it, as his favorite player has won yet again.
His hand is sticking out the grave like a zombie. Like, yes! I mean, Kyoto is one of those players. I feel like the cultural significance of Kyoto is one that needs to be spoken about, right? Like, how often do you get a player from a small region that just everyone's like, oh my god, this guy's the GOAT, you know? And usually we talk down on smaller regions, but this guy's able to elevate the whole region just by being incredible mechanically and as a player as well. So his relevance there is even better than, I guess, his the winning the award as well, like how much he's able to push for it.
Can I ask a question? If we power ranked the top 3 small region players we think we could see winning a LAN one day, Kyoto would have to be in the top 3, right?
Yes. The competition is not stiff in the small regions who could win a LAN category, I will be honest. He's got to be up there.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Koyota, back-to-back winner. Well deserved. Let's get to the next award. Reese, take us away.
You know, we've talked about many big regions, many great regions. Teddy set us up there with a nice storyline of there's a lot of good regions in the world. There's also a lot of not so good regions in the world. We're moving off with the OCE Player of the Year. Our nominations here are Alex, Anon, The Big Oatly, and then Resigned. Basically, we have one entire trio plus Oatly. So, you know, it's a good region. It's a big region, guys. You know, we love OCE here. It is by far the funniest one we could watch. But I think the one thing we got to stand out here about OCE is, you know, we're watching this in the mornings. You get up, you get some OCE on. So a lot of people from EU have some cultural relevance to sit watch from this region already. So, we're familiar with it. But of course, I'm not going to say it can only be one winner because we've said this like 10 times already.
Please don't say it.
It's true, though. There can only be one winner.
There can only be one winner. Yes. There can, though, in case we already know it. So, of course, the winner of OCE's Best Player of the Year is going to Alex.
Hey. Alex becomes, I believe, the first ever 4-time winner of an award. He has won this award 4 years in a row.
He's got more FNCSs than that as well.
Yeah.
7.
He's like
crazy,
racking up titles right now. He's the most winner. No, it's not. He's what do we call him? He's the winningest winner here, and then the winningest FNCS winner too.
Yeah, insane stuff. And Alex actually did have a message for us, right? He did pop in a message, I believe, Reese.
He did indeed. He sent a message which says, "Thank you so much to everyone for voting for me. Huge thanks to my trio Resigns and Anon for the great year, and I'll try my best to keep representing OCE in the future." A big shout to Alex. He's also, as much as we clown OCE, he's a very lovely guy. Very, very nice, and very happy for him to win that.
Can I say something about OCE as a region?
Always.
Definitely the most antics per capita on that region.
Easily the most antics per capita. Easily. Great stuff. Shout out to Alex again for winning the award, and his teammates who both had, great years respectively. Let's get into our next award. Boopy.
Yes.
This is your region.
This is my region, yes, as a honorary Middle Eastern tourist / resident. I mean, I guess I'm a resident.
You're a resident, mate. You're not a
I've
tourist.
got the card and everything. I'm a man of the Middle East. Honestly, I've probably lived in the Middle East longer than some people have been alive that have played this game from the Middle East region. 16 plus years at this point, but it's one of the regions that's closest and dearest to my heart because I live there, of course. The Middle East Player of the Year. Now, there's a lot of talent from the Middle East. Obviously, we don't hear that much about it. Not very streaming focused. Shout out to Boulder. He's one of the few people that actually puts the spotlight on the Middle East. But every now and again, you get a little twing, a little shine of light at globals when one of the big boys from the Middle East takes down some of the big boys from some of our regions. So definitely one of those regions where you could see an explosive player come out from. But the nominees then for Middle East Player of the Year are Hero, FKS, Five-Old, and Adapter. Now, they're all matching here in the color schemes as well. I think they're all in the same org. Shout out to whatever org that is.
I think it's like
it's Ali Lad, I think. I want to say Ali Lad or something like that. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Repping the Middle East. But there is a winner, and there's only one of them. And the winner of Middle East Player of the Year is Hero.
Hey. Big congrats to Hero.
Yes.
Big, massive. This is one of the awards where, you know, as someone from EU, it's on 2 hours before, so you always miss who actually wins a lot of the FNCSs. You miss a lot of the critical storylines. If you're someone who watches the region, you know, you see the start of it, and then EU starts, so you kind of just like you move on and go on to it. So you know, it's always cool to dive deep and see who the actual like best players from it are, because I feel like I never end up actually seeing the leaderboards from this region at all.
Yeah. Shout out to these guys. Random story about Hero. Obviously at Globals, right, when they're doing the walkouts, everybody's coming out and they do the little camera pans and zooms and everything. And, you know, this year's Globals especially, there was lots of cheers and boos, right? Because of the different people walking out and the French fans feeling a way about them. But the players actually walk past, like, the analysts on the stage, right? And so I remember this year, you know, when Hero had come out, there wasn't many cheers, wasn't many boos, because the French fans, you know, are just like, we don't watch Middle East, don't know who these brothers are. And I remember going out of my way to make an effort to just try hype them up as much as possible. And I remember just looking at them and going, let's go, come on. They both like, so, you know, he looked at me and he gave me a little clap and a smile, and, you know, he got on that stage and did good. So, you know, I like to think I was his biggest supporter at LAN this year. And yeah, shout out to Hero. And Hero actually did send in a video. So we'll hear some words from Hero now.
Hello, it's Hero here. And if this video shows up, that means I won Middle East Player of the Year. Thanks for everyone who voted for me and supported me throughout the whole year. I really appreciate it a lot. And 2025 was one of my best years in my career. And hopefully 2026 will be better. That's it for me, and yeah.
Shout out to Hero. Lovely guy. Big deserving winner of this award. Let's take it to the NA West Player of the Year. Let's take a look at the nominees. Of course, NA West made its return as a region in 2025, and these were the players that stood out the most: Baka, Pump, Pars, and Arc. Again, it's a very similar story to the OCE thing. Baka, Pump, Pars was just the most amazing trio from this region this year. They, you know, pretty much stomped NA West for a large portion of it. And then Arc was the biggest individual standout with a lot of his work over at the Global Championships and now playing with Canada. All four of them had an amazing, amazing year. But the winner of the NA West Player of the Year belongs to one man and one man only. And his name is Arc. Arc, newly of Dignitas, and the double whammy, winning the NA West Player of the Year. A fantastic year for him. Again, just goes to show that even if you are playing on a quote-unquote smaller region, I know NA West is a bit weird when we look at it as a smaller region sometimes, you know, you can make waves on a global level, which is exactly what he did. And a big shout out to Ark. He actually does have a little message here for us on winning this award.
Yo, what's up, guys? I heard I won NA West Player of the Year, and I just wanted to say thank you for those who voted for me. And I can't believe like the position I'm in right now. A year ago, I had less than 500 earned, and now, like, I'm just so happy to be where I'm at, and it's all thanks to you guys. So I appreciate you all. Thank you for voting for me, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video.
What a lovely guy. Very down to earth.
500 earned.
500 earned.
Yeah.
And now he's on Dignitas, playing with one of the best players in Fortnite history in Canada, and doing great things in the world of Fortnite.
Follow your dreams.
What did Dignitas and Indiana Jones have in common?
What do they have in common, Teddy?
They're looking for the Ark.
Okay, brother. You know what? That's a good one. I'll give you that. I'll give you that one. That was good. That is good.
It could have been better, I'll be honest.
Reese, let's get through the next award. What's it going to be?
All right, the next award is one that's very difficult to choose. And if you were voted, if you've gone through the time to look through the nominees, vote for someone here, you realize it's very difficult to choose. This is actually Coach of the Year. Now, this is very difficult to choose because a lot of the times the coach's impact isn't actually really seen. You know, how do you know what a coach has done unless you see someone teaming? You know, you're like, there's probably a coach involved there, right? But outside of that, it's very difficult to tell. So let's see who our nominations are for Coach of the Year. we have the big Raz, we got the big Sven, we got BloodX from my thumbnail, and we have Dias as well. Now, big names up. As I mentioned, already very difficult to figure out who's the best. But the community has voted. And, well,
Yes.
that's not the community. The competitive, our board, we have voted, really. No,
And the
this is
community
not a
did
community
vote.
board. And the community, yes, it's 25%.
The community
You're
do
correct,
vote,
you're
yeah.
correct. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes. And the winner of Coach of the Year is going to Raz.
Hey, back-to-back wins
Back-to-back.
for Raz. 2 years in a row.
Mhm.
He's had a spectacular year. His teams have won multiple FNCSs. I just wanted to quickly say, shout out to Raz. It was just funny hearing Reese say, it's difficult to choose about 5 times. I was counting how many times he said it's difficult to choose.
He was distraught. He just didn't
Yeah,
know.
it was very
You know, I
difficult
said
to choose.
I couldn't remember who I voted for Trio of the Year, and for this one, I was like, I remember it being hard. I was like, I don't know who I'm voting for here because you base your votes off of how their teams have done for the most part.
Yeah.
And look,
I think this.
Go ahead, Drew.
I think this award is a hard one to always judge because you don't know the actual impact a lot of these guys have behind the scenes. So I think everyone deserves the prop. But obviously, Razru is the one who's had back-to-back global champs now, right? Like his impact on players is not to be undermined based off the places they've had so far. So very well deserving for him.
Absolutely.
I totally
Big
agree.
shout out to Raz.
I don't think it's hyperbole to say he's been a transformational figure in Fortnite competitive, and how he's changed the way the game is played, and how he's been the architect of some of these remarkable duos and trios over the last 2 years. So big shout.
Absolutely. Let's take
Am
a
I the
look.
only one that always keeps trying to find a pun whenever Teddy speaks? I was just like,
It's,
is there
potentially
something
coming.
in there that I'm missing?
There's been a couple times where he snuck them in there and people don't realize until after.
I gotta keep everyone on their heels, right? You got to do some little serious analysis, couple puns, couple jokes, couple references to various different things, right? You got to keep people on their toes.
He's got range, you know. That's what makes him the Potter of the Year. Look, we have our next award, which is the Organization of the Year. This goes to the most outstanding organization, the organization that had the most impact when it came to innovation, winning, content, whatever it was. Let's take a look at our nominees. We have the Gentlemates, Exet, Dignitas, and Power. Team Power over an OCE. All 4 orgs who, in different ways, have had great years, have done great things in the Fortnite space. Some underrated in some ways, and you know, I think all 4 of them deserve their props and their flowers. But the winner of the Organization of the Year, rightfully, I think, goes to the Gentlemates.
Of course.
Congratulations to Nikoff, the green suits, and everybody involved in the Gentlemates and the year that they have had. I mean, when people look back at 2025 as a year in competitive Fortnite history, the Gentlemates will be way up there in terms of what they see, where the impact was created. You know, from providing us amazing POVs of the best players in the world all year long, players who we would have never got to watch otherwise, to creating the best in-person Fortnite experience we have ever had. You can only give them props for an amazing year. And of course, that goes without even getting into the accolades of winning globals and winning a bunch of events, etc., etc. So big ups to the Gentlemates.
You know, we're going to have a good few couple of years ahead of us in competitive Fortnite. And, you know, we can thank the Gentlemates for that.
Yeah. Again, thank them.
Thank them, guys.
Just us. Just us.
It doesn't get more on the nose than that. I didn't say anything. They did. No one at Epic's going to shout at me. All right, let's get into our next award. We have the Brazil Player of the Year. We took a break from the regional awards. What we did, actually, is we split up the smaller regions to the big regions. And so we now have coming up Brazil, NA Central, and EU. So yeah, big regions, small regions. We had to separate them, you know, a bit.
Is Brazil the breakout big region of the year?
It is. It is. It clearly is. All right. So look, Brazil Player of the Year. Let's take a look at the nominees for this one. We have Mac, King, Fajin. I'm trying to say that with the proper pronunciation. Everyone in England says PH Zin, but I tried to do it the right way. Forgive me if I got it wrong. And Scarpa. Those are the 4 nominees for this award. Again, I mean, we've had
2 NA players in between there.
Hey, I was gonna say, yeah, we have 2 players who we saw move to NA at a point in the year and compete there. But look, I'm sure the Brazilians who will be tuning in to figure out who won this award would love to hear me waffle about Brazil. I'm sure that's what they want to hear. But instead, what I'm gonna do is give them an actual person from their region who can speak more to what it is has gone on. So, to announce the Brazil Player of the Year, Fortnite broadcaster Ingrid.
Salve, guys! Muito obrigada pela oportunidade e principalmente por poder fazer isso em português. Durante muito tempo, a América Latina foi levada como os underdogs, como se a gente estivesse sempre quase lá. Mas esse ano, a resposta foi muito clara. Conquistamos nossa primeira vitória royale no campeonato global. Vimos um trio da nossa região topeando em outro servidor e mantendo a sua posição contra os melhores. O nível de gameplay também cresceu. Leituras mais nítidas, decisões mais rápidas e principalmente um mindset mais forte nos momentos que mais precisamos. E isso tudo não foi sorte. Foi trabalho, foi adaptação e foi um crescimento coletivo. Esse ano foi o ano que a América Latina deixou de ser esquecida e passou a ser respeitada. No meio de toda essa ascensão, um jogador se destacou, pela consistência, pela mentalidade e pela forma que representou esse momento. Hoje a gente não anuncia somente o nome, a gente reconhece uma história que foi contada. Eu tô muito ansiosa para saber quem é o melhor jogador de 2025 do servidor da América Latina.
Hey,
King.
Shout out to King for winning this award. Again, a massive year for King individually. He has been someone who, you know, from the if you see the World Cup as the true birth of competitive Fortnite, he's been a protagonist since then and someone who's been on our minds and our hearts since then. And we actually do have a video from King thanking us for this award.
Hola gente, ¿cómo están? Acá Thiago o King, como me quieran decir. Me acaban de informar que soy el mejor jugador de Brasil de este año, así que nada, la verdad me pone muy contento. Justo me agarran de vacaciones acá en Dubái y nada, les quería mandar un fuerte abrazo a toda la gente que me apoya siempre. Este año fue bastante bueno, fuimos a NA, hicimos lo que pudimos, creo que nos fue bastante bien y después el mundial dentro de todo aceptable. Así que nada, amigos, muchas gracias a toda la gente que me apoya. Espero que el próximo año sea mucho mejor y nada, nos vemos.
Shout out to all of our South Americans, man. Appreciate the South Americans. Appreciate Ingrid for sending that in. For the people who are curious about what Ingrid said, I will put a translation of her message in the description of the video and on Spotify as well. So if you want to know exactly what she was saying, because it was actually quite a beautiful speech she gave there about the region and everything that's gone on this year. So I'll leave that in the comment section for you guys to read. And you know, same with King. Big thanks for him for sending that in. The Argentinian legend himself. Yeah. Shout
You know
out
what
to
I'll
Brazil.
never forget? You know what I'll never forget as long as I live? Tfue at the World Cup boxed up. King shows up, this 13-year-old prodigy out of nowhere, takes the wall with the heavy sniper, edit, takes out Tfue. That was the Fortnite changing of the guard right there, symbolically. Pretty crazy. And it was King who did it.
Very much so. Very, very much so. Let's go on to our next region now to announce the NA Central Player of the Year. I'll leave you in the good hands of Boopy.
Yes, the NA Central Player of the Year. This, I feel like, might be a controversial one because there's a lot of talent in NA, a lot of good moments, a lot of very strong participants. Let's take a look at the nominations. I'm not sure what's so funny about that. Because what do you mean? That's how I say participants. There's a lot of participants, but there can only be one winner. We got the NA Player of the Year. We have Peterbot, Cold, Ages, and Boyo. Obviously, you know, they're all in the stratosphere of the frag and roll. Maybe one a little bit more of an IGL, one a little bit more of a support player, but all honestly some of the best fighters I think of the NA Central region. All have had significant contributions this year to their trios. But the community voted and the panel voted, and they have decided that the NA Central Player of the Year is the one and only Peterbot, of course, the GOAT of Fortnite. Peterbot FN, the NA Central Player of the Year. Who else but him?
GOAT!
Yes.
The way that Book was setting this up, I thought Peterbot wasn't going to win, and I was thinking, oh, this is going to be a steal here. But he set up lovely. Obviously, Peterbot's got to win any Player of the Year.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
I was trying to set up the opposite way, and that was like obvious that it was going to be Peterbot, but I guess I kind of missed that message.
Yo, you went the complete opposite direction. Yes.
Yeah. Look, with that award, Peterbot now becomes the most winningest person in Comp Awards history. When you tally up, obviously, all his previous wins, whether it be in Breakout Player of the Year back in 2021, Player of the Year last year, Trio of the Year this year, all Duo of the Year with like all of the different awards, nobody has ever won more Comp Awards than Peterbot now with that award. So
Alex in shambles right now.
Yeah, I mean, Alex only got one to compete for. That's the problem. Pete's winning awards in so many different categories. It's hard to keep up with him. But I mean, look, he's the GOAT for a reason.
It's him. Yeah,
he's the GOAT. It's Peterbot. And a big shout out to all those other guys, right? Because they all had great years, right? When you look at the year Ages, Cold, and Poyo had, all of them had fantastic years. And so, hopefully we get to see more and more talent shining on NA, especially since we don't know how much longer Peterbot's got it in him. We've been hearing a lot of Peterbot retirement talk. So, well, not retirement, but just non-grinding talks and not caring about playing the game. So
I'll believe it when I see it. Can we shout out Lagers? Just went up a level this year.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We again, shout out to all of those guys who are nominated with him. So big ups to Peterbot. Let's get to the EU Player of the Year. Reese, take it away.
This is the one that everyone really cares about. We've had all those other regions before.
This was the most argued about award, I think, at least on the podcast when we talked about it on the podcast.
Right, I was not here for that episode. I did watch that one. You are correct. There are a lot of people who could win this. Let's jump up to the nominations. I'm not even going to set up. You know what EU's like, right? Number one, we've got Vanya, the big Vanya kick, Pixie, Swizzy, and Queasy. So, we're really splitting between two trios, only picking two people from each trio there, of course. You've got Vanya and Pixie, who essentially ran the most of the year, had some of the most consistent placements. Incredibly impressive when you look at it on paper. Then, of course, you have Swizzy and Queasy, who with Murstache ended up winning globals. So, hot competition, you got loaded up. It's EU. Of course, you're going to, it's much better. It's not a landslide like NA, some of the easy regions or OCE. So, our winner is Queasy for EU Player of the Year. Oh, you guys sound really excited about that.
The greatest. I was waiting for someone else. I was just waiting for someone else to say something. No, I'll be honest. Look, a lot of shock because when people were having the conversations about who was going to win this award, a lot of people were sprinkling in this name or that name. And although Queasy was obviously nominated, so he was there, I wasn't seeing a lot of people in the community saying, "Hey, I'm voting for Queasy to win this award." So big ups to Queasy. At the end of the day, man, Queasy, GOAT contender, GOAT IGL for sure. A personal friend of myself and someone who I know we're all a fan of. We've had him on the pod. I'm so happy for Queasy, to see him awarded for something after finally completing, the biggest goal he sort of had in the game is special. And yeah, I'm just really happy for him.
Yeah, I think for this one, you could have gone a lot of ways, but I think this is definitely the year that Queasy solidified himself, I think, in the history books, right? You could argue he was already there before that, but a lot of people doubted that because, it's not a fragger, it's an IGL. How could he be one of the best players in the game? But I think winning that Globals, finally adding that on top of the mantle, on top of how dominant he's been locally and internationally even more, with second, and first base now. It's definitely the year of Queasy just putting himself at that level where you can't argue it anymore, right? Like you can't find an excuse of why Queasy isn't one of the greatest players of all time. So definitely well deserved in this regard.
And Reese,
and I was about to say yes. He's written us a lovely message as well.
Nice,
a bit of a yap.
It's a long one.
He loves typing. Let's be honest.
Right now, here we go.
Definitely didn't use ChatGPT at least.
Yeah, he did not. No, you guys. First of all I want to say is that I know there's a lot of people that might deserve this more than me. I mean, he starts off with that. That's crazy. And most of you are probably going to complain about me winning somehow. But I just want to say that this year might have started off slow, but I know for a fact my trio would have won at least 2 FNCS during the year if circumstances were difficult. We got conned first season and had a lot of unlucky stuff happen. Major 2, but it's all. But all in all, I finally accomplished what I've always wanted, winning a LAN. So in my books, I'll gladly take the EU Player of the Year. Thank to everyone that voted for me, and I'll try to keep proving age and mechanics don't matter in 2026. That's great. I mean, I'm proving the opposite. So we're really opposing forces there on that one.
Only Queasy, and I really mean this with love, only Queasy could find a way to cope about winning FNCSs in his winner speech, you've won, bro. You ain't got to tell us, we would have won, bro. I swear we would have won 2 more FNCSs.
He's always got that chip on his shoulder. He doesn't win FNCS for himself. He wins it to prove everyone else wrong, out of spite. So
This is exactly like Michael Jordan's Hall of Fame speech, when Michael Jordan just listed out all the people who did him wrong over his career. That was awesome. Weezy, let's go.
Yeah, no, I again, you guys already said it, but I just love how he already knows the reaction that's gonna come. Most of y'all are probably gonna complain about me winning somehow, and if that does happen, we love it. We love the drama and the juice.
Keep fueling it.
Keep fueling it. Keep fueling it. Look,
an incredible lack of punctuation in the message. I'll just say, very genuine and very special.
That's what made it Queasy, and that's what makes it not ChatGPT. Just saying.
It's from the heart, man.
It's truly from the heart. Let's do the final award. Player of the Year. This goes out to the #1 player of Fortnite 2025. Let's take a look at the nominees. We have Vanya, Peterbot, Swizzy, and Queasy. All 4 players had standout years. All 4 players will be looked back on the history books so favorably for the year they have had. All of them stand out in such different ways. But I can now reveal that the Fortnite Player of the Year 2025 is none other than the GOAT, Peterbot, winning another Player of the Year award. 2024 winner, now 2025 winner, already the most winningest player in Fortnite comp history, and now he does it again here. Again, he had such a crazy year. When you look at 2024, the expectations that put on him coming into 2025, to put on arguably the best individual performance in Major 1 in the event he didn't win, to then just go on and win the next 2, goes to globals, gets humbled a little bit, but continues to look so strong right after that, right, with the solo series and some of his work in solos. When you look at Fortnite in 2025, in my opinion, whenever the question has been asked, who is the best player in the world, the whole year the answer has still just been Peterbot at almost every given opportunity. And to me, that says a lot about the standard he sets and continues to set. And, congrats to him for winning the 2025 Player of the Year.
I have nothing to add. Absolutely. Just that's it. He's the best player of the year, so he's also Player of the Year.
Hopefully the Fortnite Competitive Award for Player of the Year motivates Pete to come back home. Come on, man. There's still another year to go. Keep it up. We miss you.
Yeah,
and I did get a message from Peterbot, so I can just
you personally
quickly read it.
Great.
I'm just too good, bro. Everyone got shit on, bro. I'm the best there ever is. I'm the GOAT. No one can stop me. I'm Peterbot, baby. Peace. Thank you for the award.
Great.
Sounds like him, yeah.
That sounds just like him. Wow. Written so eloquently. No, big shout out to Pete. Shout out to all the other players as well, right? Queasy, Swizzy, and Vanya all had fantastic years and were all deserving of this award in different ways. But the winner is Peterbot, and it might be the last time we see Peterbot win one of these awards, because obviously, the way he's been talking about the game, Who knows if he'll be competing at the same high level he has been the past 2 years? We all hope so, though. Is really the question. I mean, yeah, that is the competitive awards of 2025, man. Big shout out to Somebody's Gun for trusting us to not completely mess this up. We mess up in some ways, kind of, but like not completely messing it up.
More than you know.
Yeah.
Probably all edited out by now.
This type of thing is a lot of work, a lot of coordination, and a lot of tough decisions. And SPG is by far the best man for the job. Absolutely killed it. So big shout out to Somebody's Gun for sure.
Yeah, if you've made it this far in the episode, please comment down below. Thank you, SPG. We appreciate you guys for hanging out and listening with us. Let us know who you voted for each of these awards. Let us know who you thought got snubbed, who you thought just did not deserve to win their award outright. Again, a reminder to people aren't even listening to this part of the podcast anymore, but a reminder to these people, we didn't vote for these things. This wasn't our picking and choosing, right? If you want my personal opinion, you can get it on our next FNtasia episode. But I disagreed with a lot of the winners of these awards. I'll just say that, right? So, take it easy on us when you're angry about who won and lost.
Just Boop hacked the system and he picked all these awards individually.
No, he didn't, because he would have, if Boop was picking, I wouldn't have won. So let's just say,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that means 11 picked all the winners. That's why. How else could he win today? Obviously.
Oh man,
yes.
And it's been great. Look, we look forward to seeing you guys for the Comp Awards in 2026, and hopefully it'll be an even better year for Fortnite Competitive. Then, if you have any ways you want to see the show be improved or the Comp Awards process be improved, let us know in the comment section below. We're always open to feedback, whether it be good or bad. And yeah, we'll see you guys all on another episode of the podcast soon. Peace.
Bye.